Correct. He has the win rate, 60%. They pick it up on the last pick here, Kips. In return, they will get Centaur Warrunner. That'll give them some mobility and able to possibly disengage within some of these fights that Nemiga has. I actually like this pick, and S4 is going to be the one to play it.
I like it a lot. I've seen S4 be super crisp on this hero, and you're completely right with the engagement part. They can disengage way easier now from between this and the disruptor. They can just press their buttons and are out of all of these nasty engagements. But the other thing is also we've seen that the disengage with all that mobility from Nemiga was very good as well. And now they have chasing tools. They have punishing tools for if Nemiga decide to over-engage. So I'm completely agreed. That Centaur looks very good to me as well.
I think one of the things that I do like as well is the fact that with this Centaur ultimate, the Stampede, they will be able to phase through, like, whether it be like creeps or heroes for that, for example, and they only have, I would say, like, Queen of Pain to actually catch this Oracle in the backline. So now, with being giving S4 this Centaur Warrunner, they're going to be able to possibly catch this Oracle in the backlines, and it won't just be left to ChYuan here on the Queen of Pain.
To keep on getting kills with, which is, you know, if it's a warlock, people often hold that spell, and Epicenter is one of those things that cooldown's enough to get used just about every fight as long as you're in it. And I do mean every single fight, even if it's literally just a support running through the river where he shouldn't be, you'll see that get popped.
Oh no, my gosh, we have ourselves Pablo already being chased. It hasn't even been a minute before the game even starts. 40-seconds remain before the horn begins. And it looks like Alliance are also chasing the rest of Nemiga as S4 will take the lead. He gets a hoof stomp there onto 2, but in return, there is the Burrow Strike, and S4 is cleaned up. But look at the Bramble Maze and the Thunderstrike damage. They find a return kill onto Vazya, and maybe Malrine as well. Malrine, he's gone. Charlie gets the kill. 2 for 1. What a surprise that was. Already having a fight all the way up. This is a weird place to have a fight. Usually it's around the bottom.
It is, and it's weird from Nemiga to say, like, oh, fine, we'll just pump all over damage into the center. They could literally not have picked a worse target to throw everything onto.
Already having a nice little significant increase in the net worth there on some kills. Marine has to commit the TP here to come back to the mid lane and try and block those creeps, but it's going to be in the favor of ChYuan here. He's actually able to hold the high ground here. Let's see if he's going to be able to take that to his advantage.
Absolutely should. The Quap as a range matchup versus the Pangolier is going to do supremely well, especially because her damage of her spells is also mostly over time. And ChYuan is going to have a hard time using his, I want to say his bonk, in order to get enough CS, because he needs to stay away the rest of the time.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be a little bit difficult for Vazya here because of that initiation around the top left side of the map? Did decide to level that Burrow Strike at level 1, so hasn't got the Caustic Finale, so look how much bullying Charlie's doing here.
Yep, I mean, you're a melee hero without any defenses, didn't get level 2. Meanwhile, the enemy TB has been free to get that Metamorphosis off and hits like a truck. You're gonna be behind for a little bit down here, yes.
I do like this lineup that Alliance have, though, on this top lane. Centaur and Dark Willow. We remember this back in the day. It used to be nasty. Meanwhile, speaking of nasty, though, can Violent survive and get the damage off? Yes, he can. Onto S4. Trying to heal up now with that healing ward, keeping it underneath him. But, oh, that was so close. Violent still lives through it. And the tower helping out. They find the kill onto Pablo as well. And I was speaking praises here for Alliance. I like their lane. And as soon as I say that, I get jinxed and they both die. Classic caster curse.
Very classic, and yeah, Pablo is caught between a rock and a hard place there. He knows that he's going to get another I'm also not good with my spell names today. Because I think you cursed me. He knows he's going to tank another Purifying Flames there, which means that he has to get the kill quickly, and then the healing ward comes out and he's like, I can't do all 3 of them. Survive and get the healing ward and get the kill, and he he doesn't get either the healing ward or the kill as a result.
Meanwhile, I gotta say, Malreen's actually doing alright here, particularly of the Queen of Pain matchup, with the fact that he was able to actually body block the first wave and have a good start. He is not too far on the last hits, but hasn't been able to get any denies, but nor has ChYuan for that matter. Only 2 at the moment.
Yeah, I imagine that this lane is going to get worse for Malreen as time goes on, though. ChYuan's ability to trade is only going to increase with levels in the dagger. He's got the 2 already. Sometimes you will take 3 in a lane like this where you can volley them extra hard. I'm not in favor. I think you should get the Scream and use the advantage that you have in order to farm.
Meanwhile, we do have ourselves level 2 now on the Blade Fury, so Violent more than happy to start laying in the damage with that Blade Fury should they want to get a kill. I think they have quite good kill presence here on the top lane. Even though I was praising this Centaur and Dark Willow, I feel like the Oracle and the Juggernaut can also do significant damage. Once Oracle reaches level 3 as well, you have those level 2 Purifying Flames and the Fortune's End to get out quite a lot of nuke damage. So we'll see once the levels progress. I think they're already level 3 right now, but time will be needed in order to get that opportunity for the kill.
Yeah, but meanwhile on the bot lane here, it's going to be very scary for Nemiga to actually go in for these kills because they're double melee versus a lane that is, well, I don't want to say double ranged, but double ranged a significant amount of the time. And there it comes.
There it is.
3.
Yeah, the Blade Fury along with the Fortune's End and Purifying Flames helping to get the kill there onto S4.
Level 2 Purifying Flames is so much damage.
ChYuan just denied Malreen's Water Rune. Not the best. Wait, they could get a kill here. There's the glimpse. There it is. Handsken bringing back Hellscream, and look at that. They find the kill there onto the Earth Spirit. In return, the Burst Strike is there, but Charlie... Oh, with the rotation from Oracle, this might be a kill. Where's the Purifying Flames? There it is.
Yep.
RodjER gets himself the killing spree.
Very sharp. Great rotation there. Even though he's very low, he realizes that with his ongoing engagements, yeah, I have nearly a full mana pool, and he gets some one charges as well. Fantastic.
Oh, really making use of those twin gates there. That's a lesson indeed. Very underrated.
And Nemiga was better at that in the previous game as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, violent. Just highlight
yes.
violent. Meanwhile though, possible another kill. Violent coming in, speaking of him, with that Blade Fury able to obtain another kill. Pablo falls.
Yeah, the flexibility of these supports, like the way that they read if they should be top or bottom, is absolutely fantastic on Nemiga. I thought in the previous game, alright, maybe it's just easy because they have the heroes to do that with, right? You have mobility on both of them. But now with the Oracle, like an Oracle is not a fast hero. And his timing's still perfect.
100% RodjER is having a great time here. Almost will be getting level 5, so the Purifying Flames going to be even more damaging. And Hellscream's doing a pretty good job. I mean, especially with the poor performance that they've had at the moment on this bottom lane, because Charlie is doing just fine. He has been able to rotate around and has some impact here on not only the top lane, but the middle lane as well. Trying to help out Malreen here on the Pangolier.
Which is very necessary. Like, the fact that we're singing the praises of the supports here doesn't actually mean that Nemiga is at all. In fact, the supports are currently keeping them in the game, because they're losing both the mid and the bot lane quite hard by now.
Meanwhile, Violent coming in with the Blade Fury. S4 just a little bit too late there with the Hoof Pumper. Look at that. Killing spree for Violent. That Venus Crown is going to come off, trying to save that healing ward there, but a Sonic Wave coming out. That will deal significant damage there.
Still alive.
Still living through it with thanks to the heals of the Purifying Flames. And Violent is back to full HP. Look at that. It's just like nothing's happened. Did he meet a gank?
Yeah, Malreen also shows up just to be sure, but there's a blink left on ChYuan. Handsken snatched that one. Very nice.
Oh, sneaky, sneaky man. Stealing that Wisdom Rune, but is going to pay the price because Hellscream cuts him off. You shall not pass. And kicks him back for Malreen to get the kill.
And ChYuan, you know, if he didn't have the third level into the Scream, I would have said that that wasted rotation would have impacted his game in a big way, but he still has the farm speed now. He's going to be able to max out that Scream and be clearing camps and waves like it's nothing, and that really will help him stay on top of the game now that the laning stage is basically over. I don't think we'll see Malrine return to that mid lane for anything but a quick clear. In fact, he's bot.
Yeah, Charlie is going to be initiated on here with a lot of stuns coming his way. Even RodjER came in for the rotation. You cannot handle 4 heroes.
Absolutely not. And that's going to get, especially once his tower goes down, that's going to give Vazya all of the space that he needs in order to recover his game.
I gotta say though, Charlie's still doing alright. I mean, was able to push away Vazya, but in return they did have to rotate, and they did do that indeed on Nemiga here, getting themselves the kill. But Violent still having a great time as well. Actually, 1k net worth lead beyond that Terrorblade. Is opting to go for that Battle Fury as well, so we'll be able to keep up with the Terrorblade. Charlie farming around with his illusions, but could it be a second death here for the Terrorblade? Vazya was attempting to use that epicenter there, but was cancelled by the glimpse. He will try and attempt now to run away, but he's got the rest of Alliance hot on his trail, along with ChYuan as well. They will commit the Stampede in order to get vision of him and secure that kill. That is a lot rotated around here for a Sand King, particularly of that who hasn't had the greatest time on this off lane, but nonetheless, at least they find a kill.
They find him and they keep the bottom tower, which means that it's a stay of his comeback. As for everybody from every side.
Yeah, S4 is not going to live through this. They will commit the Omni Slash. No Stampede to use as they already committed it, so nice punishment there from Nemiga. So now they attempt to maybe perhaps get themselves this tier 1 tower on the top.
Yeah. Once again, really interesting reaction, right? Instead of throwing more heroes at the bottom side of the map as well, they just rotate to top, get the kill there instead, and now they get to trade tier 1 towers, which is not what they wanted. They wanted a freebie on bottom, but they're still not behind on the map now, even though their Sand King got put back in the dumpster just now.
S4 back on the lane, wants to try and deny the tower, but I think he may be met with some more resistance here as Irene coming forward there with the shield crash. Rotation here from Violent as well. There's the swashbuckle. Rolling Thunder. It will indeed be committed. The Blade Fury there as well. S4 is dead to rights. Once again, Violent on a mega kill.
Yes, Alliance have been making use of that second death to put pressure on the middle tower now as well. And I think that Nemiga just used most of their tools defending, taking that top lane. Which means that actually this ends up being a tower win for Alliance, which is pretty cleverly played from them.
Indeed, they'll get that middle tower, Kips. They're having a great time on Nemiga right now, and Vazya attempting to try and come back a little bit here with farming this double stacked wave. Well, not creep, well, creep camp. Never mind a wave. Trying to obtain that Blink Dagger. Still kind of far away, and even though S4 has had a lot of deaths, is still 300 gold net worth higher than the Sand King. So it just comes to show you how much of a horrid lane that the Sand King has had, even if there aren't that many deaths on Vazya.
Yep, agreed. I think the real upcoming pain point of this game is going to be that the Terrorblade is not going to come to fights, and Violent is. And that means that all of that net worth that he has accumulated is already going to be leveraged in fights, whereas the top net worth earner of Alliance currently, he's going to take quite a while before he starts doing anything for his team. Look at how far forward Violent is as well. He's just lurking in the shadows, hoping he's going to get a freebie somewhere.
I mean, I definitely think he can take over this triangle.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
he's
as
the
I say
freebie.
that, look at that. They use the Static Storm, nowhere to run with that Blade Fury because you are silenced, and they will claim the kill with the Sonic Wave. So quite nice pick off there from Alliance, utilizing all the ultimates that they can. They may have found a kill there onto Hellscream as well. They will do indeed. ChYuan rotating into that middle tower will get a double kill.
Yeah, very nice for him, and I gotta say, a little disappointed in Violent. Like, you can just sneak out the back door there. You don't have to go through the lane.
is the plan here for Charlie? Will be met with a swashbuckle. Will commit the metamorphosis. The Rolling Thunder comes out. Handsken in some trouble with no mana. Charlie will hold his ground though with the Sunder ready. Has to be careful of those purifying flames here from RodjER. Could claim the kill, but a Sunder, a lovely Sunder there from Charlie. But we do indeed have the ultimate from Oracle. Will that keep Malrine alive? He does commit the swashbuckle, finds the kill onto Handsken, but that borrowed time will finally expire and Malrine will fall. It will be a 1-for-1.
Yeah, and that was once again looked very awkward from Nemiga. That's 3 deaths in a row now that don't make a lot of sense. At the very least, there's a Blink Dagger on the Sand King now because he lived through that fight. Violet got some information here. ChYuan looks dead to me.
Oh, I think that's a dead Queen of Pain indeed, Gibbs. Yep. No way from running away from that. The silence and the stuns are indeed there. Nowhere to escape, especially with the fact that you didn't have yourself quite a lot of mana on the Queen of Pain either.
She did not, and Vazya going to go for the Boots of Travel now, which is, you know, traditionally a very, it's often seen as a greedy pickup. It's like, okay, she's going to be farming side lanes and split pushing there. But of course, alternatively, it can mean extra mobility on the map, constantly being able to bring in that Sand King to fight. He's not going to be very tanky, mind you, but that's okay as long as he's willing to die to create these opportunities for his team. And I think Vazya is.
Mm-hmm. S4 trying to farm up here, get himself a Blink Dagger. I think definitely if they do get the Blink Dagger on S4, then it's really going to increase their impact for Alliance. It will definitely help ChYuan actually keep his distance with the Sonic Wave here and get themselves a nice initiation with the Hoof Stomp for Handsken to set up with a Static Storm. So once they do pick up this Blink, we may see a change around in the team fights here. And Charlie has attempted to go a Dragon Lance as well. So is there a possibility that we could see him during the team fights?
Yeah, that does feel like an item that means he's ready to get more active. Let's find out if it's that or if he's just really still afraid of all the nuke damage of RodjER and the fact that they're going to find him and he wants a tool to keep his distance.
Ooh, smoke. As for the first person they find is the Dark Willow. That is a definitely dead Pablo. Will be found by the Purifying Flames. Nice kill, but I'm sure that they wanted something a little bit more than a support there with the smoke.
Definitely. Which is why they're still hunting.
Well, ChYuan is hanging around here. Will actually go through the Twin Gate and come out the other side, but they did place down a track here on Nemiga. They will find ChYuan farming up if they so choose to come through. They'll commit to scan just in case that does come off, so ChYuan well aware that someone has come through the Twin Gate, will get away.
Yep, and DP's streaming into the bottom tower right now. They're expecting a full-on fight on Alliance, and those spidey senses would be completely right. Violence making his way up this lane, while his supporting crew is already waiting in the wings.
It's almost a Manta style completed here for Violent, and is almost 3k gold ahead of this Terrorblade. Alliance coming in for an attempt on Vazya's life, but the Glimpse will bring back the Sand King even with that TP. You are gone, sir. Vazya will fall.
And the Glimpse are really working out for Alliance here. The fact that Nemiga is relying on these elusive heroes to always make their way out, always being able to create distance between themselves and their opponents, not working out so much this time. They're getting a lot less free fights and pickoffs.
Seems to be the case, though. Alliance have committed themselves a smoke.
Coming from the flank.
Yeah, and heading towards Violent. They get the lovely Hoofstomp off with the Static Storm. But the false promise is indeed there. Will it keep Violent alive? I think so. Because the heals are there. He is back to full health. The Rolling Thunder will come out as well. They'll attempt to try and take down Handsken. They will find it indeed. S4 will attempt to run away, but they're focusing their attention right now onto the Queen of Pain. ChYuan is going to be taken out. As now, Hellscream will attempt to try and find S4 within the trees, but he is out with that Blink Dagger. They will turn around that fight with the counter initiation. Lovely stuff there from RodjER once again on this Oracle, playing with the false promise, gets that borrowed time there for Violent to just heal up completely, stop the usefulness of that static storm, turn the fight around, and look at that, getting themselves 2. And Charlie, he's trying to attempt to farm up on the other hand, trying to push out this top lane.
Yeah, definitely does not feel safe enough to join down there in spite of his itemization. The fact that he lives there, and this is everything in the kitchen sink. I think he was orchided there as well, and none of that sticks.
It didn't, no. They committed so much for him. Look at this. What else can you do here on Alliance? You use the Sonic Wave, the Static Storm, the Stomp. What else left to throw in to the hands of Nemiga? They didn't have a care in the world. They knew that they committed everything. They went in all out, and they were able to get a team fight there successfully with ease. With that, they head themselves into the Roshan and take this for themselves. They know that there's no Sonic Wave here. Trying to get
Sonic Wave.
I wonder if the slow attack actually works here on Roshan. It doesn't look like it. Can you get a proc so we can see?
Yeah,
oh,
like
it's not. It's not procking. Wait, does it not work on Roche anymore?
Huh.
No, it doesn't look like it works unless it's like a really low level. Oh, he's level 11, right? So that'll only be 14.
No, we're only 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah,
barely.
yeah. Sorry, it's feeling pretty late. I don't know what it is, but these games that everyone's been playing on this DACHA tournament, they feel like they're a lot longer. There's quite a lot of action happening. 20 minutes in, wow. What's going on? So many smoke plays.
Yeah, is he gonna jump blind? No,
yeah,
Hellscream is.
Oh, Pablo has been found though. In the trees, the Borer Strike is there. The stun from the Rolling Thunder. Or the Rolling Boulder. Rolling Thunder coming in now as well. Can they cancel the TP there from S4? Yes, they can. So now they'll attempt to take out the Centaur War Runner. Ryan gets the kill. Handsken in trouble. Being met by further stuns from Nemiga there. And finding another 2. Aegis in the hands of Violent, however. Ready to use that Aegis. Possibly try and get themselves the tier 2 towers around the map.
Yeah, only 2 of them left actually after they picked the bot. And that was a bit of a question mark play from S4 there. I guess he's like, well, I'm never using this ult anyway. Might as well try and see if we can get some more heroes out of dodge. But instead, he adds his body to the pile.
Oh my gosh, already going a butterfly now on Violent. He is around about 1,300, 1,200 gold away from getting himself this. Meanwhile, though, ChYuan attempting to try and find the Oracle, but taking way too much damage here from Nemiga. Not going to be able to blink out. The stun lockdowns are indeed there. The chain stun from Nemiga. Able to save RodjER and take out the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, and we barely touched upon it, but this is a Queen of Pain who went with Orchid, not an SNK or something that you would normally see for that mid-game before you move into the Aghanim Scepter. The Orchid build-up, kind of slow, kind of awkward, and the purpose of it is, of course, to find RodjER in the backline and shut down that save. But right now, she doesn't even have enough damage to get the pick off on him when he's solo for a couple of seconds. It's looking like a completely wasted investment so far.
Fair, I got it. I'm looking at the net worth, and surprisingly, S4 with quite a bit of these deaths is right about the same net worth as the Pangolier right now. I mean, he's not having the greatest time in net worth, but it's all quite even actually. Looking at it, all the rest of the cores are quite close, but then Violent is just climbing on ahead. Takes himself a tier 2 tower, easy peasy lemon squeezy, and is about to get that butterfly. So there is a possibility that we could see him start to siege the high ground, but where is his backup? I mean, there's no one here to defend the tower. He's just going to send the Mantis in.
Yeah, he is, but that was a little bit of a bluff there. We do a bit of bluffing. Never mind that all his other heroes were in the mid lane already, fishing for a possible pick-off. I think they ganked the hell out of an illusion just now.
He's climbed 1%, 78 to 79 win percent probability for the side of Nemiga. I mean, they're looking pretty comfortable right now. I mean, How comfortable can you be just farming up creep waves near the tier 3 tower? You must be pretty confident and having a great time if you're farming creeps right there. Just going to take another tier 2 tower now.
Absolutely, and this is after his team ganked an illusion and showed several people. He's like, well, what you gonna do about it? They have enough mobility that they will be at me if you take my Aegis away. You know you can't stay. You know we're gonna take your high ground after you die with like 4 trying to get away from me.
Nice snipe there though from Pablo, taking down that healing ward, but you do have RodjER in the back lines there, just applying the purifying flames time and time again. Meanwhile, they could find a kill onto Vazya here, the static storm, along with the Orchid. Is it enough damage? It is indeed.
Finally. It's the first time that Orchid has worked out for them. It's a good little bit of gold and a good reason for Nemiga to hold off on the pressure while I say that.
Found RodjER as well. Wicked sick ended. 684 gold going to ChYuan. Definitely happy with that trade. Handsken's more than happy to fall for that. Taking down the Wicked Sick. More gold for the Queen of Pain. Moving rotations around. And with that, the Aegis is going to expire. So there is a little bit of glimmer of hope here for Alliance. Delaying that push for a small amount of time.
And working their way towards the Aghanim Scepter of the Queen of Pain, which is going to be one of their big power spikes. I say that as if she's not going Axe, so he doesn't actually trust that Nemiga is going to stick together enough. He's just going to go for the Bloodthorn, upgrade his individual damage, his right-click damage, and leave the standing in the middle and dealing AoE to his carry, which is... Charlie should have the Scotty at the ready right about now. Yep, he does.
Going for that MKB now as well. Realizing a butterfly will cause him significant issues to output his damage. So definitely wanting to go with that Monkey King bar.
And we might be looking at a little bit of a slowdown in the game here, because Nemiga does not have an Aegis. They don't have any significantly huge item picks upcoming for them. Like maybe if Hellscream is... No, he's not close to his BKB at all. So now we're looking at Violent, next item, and then of course level 20. And they might actually take it relatively easy up until that. Of course, they are still going to apply pressure here, but I would be a little surprised to see them hard commit for these racks instead of just luring people in, seeing if they can get a pick off and then backing off again.
That reflection there from Charlie. And dishing the damage back there onto the truck. Thankfully, he has himself the healing ward, though. That's a very unhealthy tier 3 tower. If they are going to push that, though, it doesn't seem like that's the case. Just waiting it around here, controlling the resources of the map, not allowing Alliance to leave. I mean, apart from Pablo and ChYuan, who are happily sitting top.
No, that would have been a lot better if they actually were threatening enough to force those two heroes back, but they tried over on Nemiga, and Pablo and ChYuan said, nah, you're not actually going for it, are you? And Fine's like, no, I wasn't, thanks. So they're still top, they're hitting that tower, and that means that the farm choke is currently not in effect. They found themselves a pick-off though.
Yeah, Handsken. That's not the greatest place to be. Did try and attempt to get some observer wards and D wards out. We'll pay the price. Will be down for 30 seconds, but has that buyback available should Nemiga decide to take a fight beyond the tier 3 here.
And now they feel confident to step up, seeing if they can force that buyback indeed.
Stun there from S4, but Violent just pulled back safely there by the geomagnetic grip, not the geothermal grip. Just in case. They do take the tier 3. But meanwhile though, silence there on Submarine, but it will be cancelled out and purged by RodjER. They find S4 as well. Insane damage coming out here from Violent, but a lovely fear. But a false promise coming out in return. The Swift Slash is there. ChYuan is still going to be able to survive. They'll turn their attention now onto Hellscream with the Metamorphosis. And oh my god, he still survives. Never mind, the glimpse is there. And Hellscream is going to fall. In return,
S4 got him.
there onto 2. Vazya has to use that burst strike to get himself away from the damage. Charlie, he's dishing out quite a lot. I mean, he doesn't have himself this MKB.
Swiss
Nonetheless,
smash.
still laying in the damage. The Sonic Wave comes out there. Violent getting very close to death and actually going to fall here. Down for 70. Malrine doesn't have himself any more mana. Does Charlie still want to go on the aggressive here? RodjER's sitting in the trees. Is he going to be found though? Doesn't look like it. Oh, wow. The disrespect, just the purifying flames. Just one cast. Goodbye, Pablo.
Oh, and that does put Nemiga on the winning side of this fight, gold-wise, especially because we had that dieback, I should say, from S4. But that's money into Charlie's pockets, and that is time bought for the side of Alliance to farm up more. I don't think it's all Nemiga here.
Yeah, they've got time now for Charlie to get that MKB, which is going to be really impactful, especially to take down the Juggernaut. You're starting to see the impact that Terrorblade is having as the game progresses on against the Jug. So there is a possibility that, you know, some of the heroes on Alliance haven't had the greatest time, but even though they've been able to delay this game on further, it might be Charlie who could possibly carry them to victory with this Terrorblade, because Terrorblade does have a scary late game presence here. I mean, we're just getting back the replay now. We can start to see how much damage Charlie does. I mean, especially through that butterfly. Look at those illusions dealing the damage there to Violent. Having to go all the way back there, and it was so close. Thought they could have possibly got the kill there and then, but a lovely false promise coming out from RodjER. He has been delivering on these Oracle plays for sure.
Absolutely. He is doing so much work throughout this fight, saving Hellscream earlier, or sorry, excuse me, Marine earlier as well. Hellscream going in slightly too deep, and then here we're going to actually see a Swift Slash carry Violent all the way into the enemy base, which is really not where you want it to be. Look at that jump.
No. It was a pretty aggressive jump, and the Sonic Wave helping, because knockback on the Sonic Wave is no longer dispellable, so that really helping out there for Charlie to still lay in the damage with the Metamorphosis. Another change that they did to Queen of Pain. But yeah, this. Oh, what? Production slow mode this? Are you for real? Okay, thank you, production, for letting us know. I love it. Yeah. Meanwhile,
they're waiting.
Violent.
Violent?
Uh-oh. Oh, he does commit the Blade Fury, though. He knows something's going around here, but the damage there from the Metamorphosis, it could be potentially enough to take down Violent, but now the Omni Slash coming out there. It is going to connect onto ChYuan. He will be able to avoid the rest of the damage by blinking away. This Rolling Thunder, it's dealing quite a lot there. Charlie, is he going to be able to sunder? No, he is not. Charlie is gone. 3 lost on Alliance.
At least ChYuan gets out, but the dodges there on Violent, man. Like, his spider senses tell him that he's got to spin. Then he manta dodges the stun from S4, which he can only have done on audio, because you can't see what's going on in that mess whatsoever. And then he avoids most of the Queen of Pain ult with some, I want to say, very lucky bounces over on his ultimate as well. But that's so much of the damage and engagement capabilities of Alliance gone, all spent on Violent, who does not die. Look at this, Spidey senses.
Let's take a look at what Violent did hit. So obviously, yeah, able to avoid that. I don't know if the roof stop came off there, but
maybe he cancelled it. Wasn't a chance anymore at any rate, he was already out. And then Charlie caught on the low ground in the middle of all of that magic damage coming out from the Sand King.
Yeah, not able to utilize that Sunder there because of the BKB that Vazya was able to commit there. So no Sunder for the Terrorblade.
At the very least, their waves are in a good place, so they don't lose any buildings off of losing that fight. But yeah, that does mean, of course, that they lose the Aegis to the side of Nemiga. Shards on literally everybody as well. They are rich.
So it's everyone on Nemiga that has a shard. Meanwhile, you look at Alliance, they don't have one, nor inactives. Oh, and it's increased, Kips. It's increased from 79 to 86. Do you think there's still odds of Alliance potentially turning this one around, or do you feel like Nemiga are definitely in a position to end this game?
There's a rough point right now with Violent having indeed reached that critical mass. This is he can get bigger, of course, but this is like the biggest spike he's going to get in the game still. And you have a little bit of scaling left on your Quap, on your TB. I think they still have a shot. 10k lead at this point in the game is
Nice
Not
stomp in the
deal
trees. But they will commit the glyph. The healing ward is there.
Illusion, you're running it down.
And Charlie's trying to scout out into the back lines here. Oh, that's a lovely swift slash there. My god, ChYuan! You have to be careful even with that double damage. My god! A stomp comes out there from S4. It does not connect because of that Blade Fury. And with that, Nemiga will get themselves back. Happy with this. Never mind, they're going to go for the counter initiations. The Omni Slash comes out on 1, comes out on 2. S4 and Handsken, they're deleted. Look at that,
This is not the way it was going to go if Alliance was going to have any chance whatsoever to die without buyback, and those are the two main creators of the engagement, right?
Yeah. Here Alliance didn't know what to lose that mid. And oh my god, look at the swift slash along combined with that Burrow Strike. Where's the Sunder for Charlie? He wants to try and commit it off. Will he get it? Yes, he will. Now he'll turn his attention around onto the Juggernaut. That is Violent gone. Hellscream will soon to follow. He will fall. Now trying to lay in more damage there, but the strike coming down in return. The Sonic Wave is there, but look at that. The false promise from RodjER in the backline. Trying to keep Violent alive. Will he be able to survive on through it? That is the question. Yes, he will. He will survive, but Vazya will not. A glimpse attempt there onto Violet, but because of that Blade Fury, will not be brought back. But now the oh, the Static Storm catching in place. The Juggernaut triple kill for Charlie. They will hold their base. But in return, they did commit a buyback there onto the Queen of Pain.
For good returns, I want to say. And man, I'm impressed with my own cursing abilities. I cursed first Alliance and then Nemiga in strong succession.
Yeah, I think Violent just went a little bit too far there. Was pretty comfortable, but a lovely play nonetheless from Nemiga there with all of the stuns that they committed.
I can't fault them for thinking they're going to get Charlie here.
No. I thought it was possible. Lovely glimmer from Pablo there as well to try and let Charlie survive so then he could move his way out of the rolling boulder. Or else I think that would have been a death there on the Terrorblade for sure.
Absolutely. And death on the TB. I'm not sure if he had buyback during that fight, but if he didn't, that was game.
A dadeless. Oh, Charlie, you better be careful. Yeah, sometimes for fighting those by yourself, it can be quite scary sometimes.
ChYuan, just dropping that ult. I mean, that cooldown is really nothing anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't seem
just
like
clearing
it.
some waves. Vazya now is the Lotus, yeah.
Yeah, Lotus Orb coming out for S4 now. Be quite impactful to try and repel these Burrow Strikes and dispel anything that's having a negative effect, such as a silence onto their Terrorblade, possibly for a Sunder attempt. So we'll see how this works out for S4, even though he's not had himself the greatest game here. Centaur. The smoke play from Nemiga. They want to try and find something here. I mean, S4, he's close by. This is a weird place to be.
He's under his own ward, and he's going to be able to pop a smoke without them being able to react and then blink out TP. I think that's a very smart position to try and pop smokes in. If they went his way, there's no way they would have actually caught him.
Yeah, they're trying to comb the jungle now, try and find something. They see that these camps are already being taken, and Alliance, with their spider senses tingling, they did decide to leave that bottom part of the jungle. So, smoke wasted here for Nemiga.
S4 still hugging his ward.
Is he just farming this triangle?
I mean, he's farming the one camp like he knows that he can't afford to actually leave this circle.
Wonder if he's got a wave cut here. He's just roaming around.
yeah, I think he's gonna cut now.
Okay. Yeah, possibly.
And he also got information now, finally, about where Nemiga is.
Yeah, but look at this. They're taking out the melee rack so fast here. What can you do? They're not going to commit the glyph because they don't have one to commit. Oh, no, S4 coming forward. Kind of too early there with that hoof stomp, but look at the damage there. Pablo and Handsken completely deleted. Now the Swiss Slash coming out there onto Charlie. Charlie's
no,
able to
Sunder.
get the Sunder down for 70 seconds with No buyback, ultra kill for Violent. What a disaster for Alliance there. The damage was too much. Violent with the quick switch slash, the Omni slash is there as well. They may have caught themselves drawn, never mind. Will blink into the fountain. They will bring back Violence. But where is the follow-up damage? Their Terrorblade is gone. ChYuan is the only one who can lay in the damage, and with that, they take the middle set of racks and possibly look to get themselves the Mega Creeps, because this Terrorblade is still down 40 seconds. So unfortunate that Charlie was not able to get that Sunder up.
Yeah, the damage just came in too fast, literally, like he popped his own BKB and everything, and it just wasn't enough. And now, even if he comes back, he's going to be coming back without his Metamorphosis on, which is just always... Terrorblade is not as helpless as he was before, because you can in fact buy yourself the Demon Zeal. Unfortunately though, we were talking before about the lack of shards.
That's rolling, hold it, coming in, we will find the kill there onto ChYuan, down for 100 seconds with no buyback though. The Terrorblade back alive, Charlie trying to lay in the damage there into Vazya. He will activate the BKB. He will try and attempt to get away. Nice kick there from Hellscream. Well, the Mega Creeps are indeed there. Meanwhile, a blink from Malrine there with the Rolling Thunder, trying to disrupt the rest of Alliance, but Handsken is ready with that glimpse. Can he get it off there onto Malrine? Never mind, he's going to come down with the Static Storm. Violent somehow able to get out that Static Storm there. Will commit the Switch Slash. Does not have himself an Omni Slash though. Trying to escape. Meanwhile, Nemiga, they handle the backlines here. They find themselves Pablo. They take themselves out. Charlie, it's an absolute team fight.